You know, I have to say, I don't understand you young guys when it comes to going up to women and chicks and talking to them. Literally, I could go up to any chick, obviously, unless you're with a dude or something, but any single chick, even if she's with a dude, maybe, and I can chat them up. Now, I'm chatting them up not with the intent of wanting to fuck them, but I can just chat them up. I have no problem chatting these women up. You know? Just in a very natural, smooth way. It's funny how these dating coaches like Alex playing with fire, and you've got John Anthony Lifestyle bragging about how easy it is for him to pick up chicks and fuck them. But I'll guarantee you one thing. Lucario, any of these guys, Steve the Dean, I'm calling them all out. None of them are as smooth as me. None of them can go up to a strange woman of any age, of course 18 or over, from 18 to 100. Now, when it comes to trying to pick them up and fuck them, that's not usually my intent. So those guys, since that's their shallow intents, they're better at that than me. But when it just comes to chatting up a woman on a sincere level, without trying to get into her panties, nobody's better than me. I'm making that fucking statement. I mean, nobody. I've never, especially anybody under 30. No, I'm at 66. I'm the best at it. Yeah, like it doesn't matter the age. I just saw an older, attractive woman. I said, "What a beautiful sweater," and it comes across sincerely because I am being sincere with them. Now, was I trying to bang this old 7-year-old that had a nice sweater on? Obviously, she had money. Of course not. But when you go out in public, people chat people up, whether it's a guy, a girl, a hot girl, a fat girl, an ugly girl. Most of you dudes, I don't need the experience chatting people up and talking to women or men, but most of you young incels and simps do. And even these so-called dating coaches like John Anthony, Mr. Lucario, Steve the Dean, you know. I'll even say my buddy Coach EO, Everett Overton. Believe me, when it comes to just walking up to a woman, striking up a conversation about almost any subject I want to, or any subject she wants to, these guys can't hold a candle to me. Why? First of all, if they happen to try to strike up a conversation with a woman with an IQ of above 120, they're going to have trouble doing that since their IQs are not above 120 and they're not certainly 140 like me. So you think, like in other words, I could go chat up a freaking female doctor, a lawyer. It doesn't matter who I chat up. The reality is I'm going to be smarter than 99% of those people. Now, that's not to say they're not going to be smarter than me in their one subject that they have studied their whole lives for, if they're in academics or if they're just a blue-collar worker, whatever. Obviously, they're going to know more about that. But when it comes to breadth of knowledge, when it comes to knowing more about more things, I don't know anybody that knows as much about more things than I do. Literally. I've never met that person. Why? Because I've always just been the curious type. I'm very curious. I've always had a curious nature about me. I don't know why. So when you're curious, you're always learning things. See, part of life, the journey, the fun of life for a guy like me is to keep learning new things. I like to learn something new every day that I didn't know before. Even at age 66, it's a turn on to me to keep learning. Seriously. And it could be anything. My interests are so varied. It could be literally any subject at all. I'm very, very, you people think I just sit at home and smoke weed all day and watch, drama streams on YouTube. On the contrary, I do that shit, but I'm also, trust me, I listen to a lot of YouTubes from intellectuals, scientists, people who are very, very smart, smarter than me. But, like Dr. Jordan Peterson is smarter than me in his field. Does he have as big a breadth of knowledge as I do? Since I was in the legal field, I know construction, I know filmmaking, I can literally build a house from the ground up. I just know historical things. I have more of a my breadth of knowledge literally exceeds 99% of the people out there. I scored in the top 1% of the ASVAB test, which is the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery or something test. I was in the top 1%. You know what that means? That means if I had joined the military, they would have groomed me to be a general. When you're in the top 1%, you pretty much can get any job you want. Even if without going to college, they would have fast-tracked me to be an officer. But I didn't want to join. It was right after Vietnam in '76. But my point is, so all these guys out there like Alex playing with himself fire, and even guys I like John Anthony, who are not Jew haters like Alex, and some of these other guys. Steve the Dean thinks he's so great with women. Mr. Lucaria. Out of the only two I know that have some track record is LFA and Everett over to Captain Cochillo. I'm not saying John hasn't fucked a lot of women, but that's shallow bullshit. Wait. Maybe he could fuck a lot of women, but how many relationships could he have with those women he's fucking? Well, he's married. But see, in other words, just because if you're a dude that fucks a lot of women, you're going to have trouble getting married, if you want to know the truth. So you already better be married. And if you're married like he is and you're in a one-way open relationship like him, I always say this. I'm not saying he doesn't love his wife Liz. I'm not doxing her. Everybody knows her name. I'm not saying he doesn't love Liz. But what I'm saying is he's not in love with her. Why? Because if he was in love with her, as well as loving her, he would have if John Anthony, if you were in love with Liz, you would have zero, and I do mean zero, interest in fucking anybody else or having a threesome. At least I know how I am. If I both love a woman and I'm in love with a woman, there's no way I could bang another woman. I don't even think I could get a hard-on. Well, at my age, at a younger age, I could get a hard-on for an 80-year-old woman. But at my age, unless there's some emotional attachment and love involved, I don't even want to get a hard-on for a chick. I have no interest in just sport fucking. Been there, done that. I've been out of that stage for at least 10 years or 15 years. I have no interest in just... A supermodel could come up to me and say, hey, want to fuck me for one night? And I'd turn her down. Even a super hot woman, I'd turn down. Why? Because if I'm not interested in having a relationship with her, it's a waste. It's like, sex with a hot woman can be like shooting heroin, Even if, in other words, I don't want to fuck a woman I'm not in love with and then get hooked on her vajayjay like a heroin addict gets hooked on fucking, I want to get to know the woman so that when we do have sex and I get addicted to her vajayjay, at least I know it's a long-term thing and it's not just a one-nighter, can you imagine, sticking your dick in a hot pussy for just one night is akin. The best analogy is like shooting up heroin and then never being able to shoot up heroin again. It's the same thing. I don't want to fuck a woman's box and get pussy whipped. No, it's not even that. I don't want her to feel the pleasure of my big Jewish Hebrew national salami penis, which is you know, 6.5 inches. Now you might say, well, hey, why are you bragging about that? Most guys don't brag until they're 7 inches. Well, most of these young guys are 5 inches at the most, and mine is thick as fuck. That's why. You know what? I don't think women have never complained about my penis. In fact, I've had women say I have the perfect penis size. So all you ladies out there that have rejected fucking me, just remember, I've got the perfect penis, and usually I can last 10 minutes or 15 minutes with a woman if I'm in the right mindset. Or if I come within 3 minutes because I'm super madly in love with you and you're super hot, and if I do bust my nut in 3 minutes, 5 minutes later I can get hard again, and then fuck you for a solid 10 minutes. Yeah, oh, I can guarantee, between my fingers, my mouth, my penis, it's impossible for me not to give a woman an orgasm. Literally. I don't think I've ever been with a woman that I didn't get an orgasm to. Maybe when I was younger, but it's impossible because I know I know how to do that shit. So you guys who, and you know what, the woman could be fucking 21, 22, she doesn't have to be experienced, doesn't matter. I could give an orgasm, and I could give multiple orgasms to a woman. Now, can I get a woman's vajayjay to squirt? I got a porno star's vajayjay to squirt 30 years ago, but Bobby Parent, but I'm not going to guarantee I could get a woman's vajayjay to squirt. But I could definitely give any woman an orgasm. Unless she's, I don't even care if she's asexual and has a low libido. My tongue on her clit will get her to orgasm. And most of the time I can just get her to orgasm with my big dick. So it doesn't, so you ladies that are not having orgasms, I'll tell you the secret. You're either fucking the wrong dudes that you're not really. See, for a woman to have an orgasm, she really almost has to be in love with the guy because she has to open up. It's more of an emotional thing. For us guys, we just have to get a hard on and fuck. But as you get older like me, you do want emotion behind it. I mean, you think a guy like me at 66 wants to post up clarity with some bimbo I fucked one time? Fuck no. I would rather not fuck a chick at all than fuck a chick one time and then want to fuck her again. Because it's like a drug. I don't want to get hooked on something I can't keep having.